Hello, my friends. David Burns, good to be with you. 5 days ago, we put the queen in an isolation frame queen cage to keep her from swarming again with this swarm that I called 7 days ago. Today, we're going to drop back in here and let the queen out, make sure she's laying good in that frame. Good to be with you. Let's get started. All right, so let's smoke the entrance here and let's smoke under the hood here. Get ready to take the top cover off. Now, this is a swarm that I caught 7 days ago, and I put this deep on about 5 days ago to give them more room. So in 5 days, I want to show you what kind of crazy comb they've built out in 5 days. It was all undrawn foundation. Nothing much on the wall frame here. So let's scoot across. You're going to be amazed because I can tell already by looking down. Now look at this one. Moderately impressive in 5 days, right? But now we get serious as we get toward the middle of the frames. Remember, the queen is in an excluder cage down below. Wow, look at that. The whole frame in 5 days, both sides with nectar. All right. Woo. I love these acorn frames. Not a paid promotion. Just love them. Like to tell you what works for me. Ooh, this one's heavy. Look at that. 5 days. They drew it out and put nectar in it on both sides. Look how cram-packed it is of nectar. Yeah, it's 95 degrees right now, Fahrenheit, with a heat index of 105 degrees heat index. So I am melting. Wow, look at that. Look at that in 5 days. Packed with nectar, drawn out all the way on both sides, filled with nectar. I could keep going, right? I made these up. I put new foundation in on June the 25th. And put them in here just 5 days ago. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Oh gosh. I'm going to show you a couple more just so you know how good this works. Wow. No wonky comb, no columns. Perfectly drawn out nectar. It is so rewarding to see that. Same thing, we get a little bit less as we get over here near the wall, but they're still going after it pretty tough. See that? Wow. Okay, let's get down to the bottom deep. Let's do some work down on my queen. We want to make sure our queen is laying in the frame in that queen isolation cage. And if you didn't see that video, I'll leave a link at the end of this video showing you how you should isolate your queen sometimes if you want to have a brood break for Mite Control, or if you just want to caught a swarm and you don't want them to swarm again. That's the problem. You catch a swarm, they're wired to go to their home that they've already picked out somewhere. Even though you hive them, they can still leave. Let's take a look down here and see what's up. This is already getting heavy in a week. Awesome. Isn't beekeeping fun? I spoke just a few days ago in Abilene, Texas. Yeah. I had such a great time in Abilene. I want to thank Rebecca for doing such a wonderful job taking care of me. Thanks, Michelle, for picking me up at the airport and taking me out to the conference area. And thank you, Rusty, for hauling me around in your car to going to different places at night for restaurants. And Jimmy, Gary, the president, you guys, who am I missing? You guys are great. You guys, and all the audience, all the people that showed up there from Texas. Wow. Some of you said you showed up because of my YouTube channel. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone or wouldn't have known about it. So that's cool. Thank you. I had a wonderful time as their keynote speaker. If you want me to be your keynote speaker, I'll leave a link right here and you can contact me. All right, we're down in the bottom deep now, and you can see same things going on here. They're really going to town, putting nectar in. We're missing a frame because our special cage takes up the space of a frame. Let me get some more smoke on there. I'm not going to put a bee suit on because it's so hot. And I'm not going to put gloves on because it's so hot. Unless they really get terrible. I'm trying to work slow motion and see how it goes. Oh, beautiful comb. Look at that. All nectar. If I don't get the queen out, we're going to just have everything filled up with nectar. So I got to get the queen so they can start polishing up some cells for her to lay in, right? Oh, yeah. Hey, I want to tell you about another conference I'm speaking at in a few weeks. I'm speaking in New Jersey at the Eastern Apicultural Society of North America. It is my all-time favorite conference. Oh my gosh, I love it the most. I've been to big conferences, been to a lot of different state conferences, been to the big ones, but by far, I love EAS, Eastern Apicultural Society. Please come to that. It is, I think, the largest non-commercial conference. It's a research scientific society, but I'll be speaking in the intermediate track and the advanced track. Let me explain that while I work bees here. So if you're a new beginner, you've only been keeping bees this year or a few years, you can take the beginner's track. And that means you can take courses designed for beginners at the conference. Isn't that cool? Or if you've been keeping bees a while, you feel like you know a lot, you can take the intermediate course structure. You can take classes underneath that track. But if you think you know everything and just want to learn it a little bit more, you can take the advanced. I'll be speaking at that too. So come hear me speak EAS. I have so many friends. I started going in 2009. So don't get stuck just going to one conference every year. You got to try other ones. You really need to try Eastern Apicultural Society. It is a hoot. I got to tell you, got so many friends there. I am actually the team leader of the Master Beekeeper program for the field test. And so we actually execute the Master Beekeeper exams every year at EAS. EAS Master Beekeeper certification. Looking forward to being with my friends, hopefully meeting some of you there as well. Let's pull this frame out of the cage. And what we're expecting is to see the queen, who has a blue dot on her, and the evidence of her laying. Okay, fingers crossed. Sometimes bees don't do what we hope they would do. But in this case, fingers are crossed that we will find the queen and a bunch of eggs in there. Larvae by now. Oh, it's light. Oh, the blue queen is home. There's my blue queen. Ooh, I think I've taught you guys a great way to keep a hive that swarmed, when you catch them, to keep them from swarming again. See that? And if you've really got good eyes, look down in those cells and celebrate with me all the eggs. Oh my gosh. What I experimented with here worked fabulously. My gosh. I just want to dance. This is too good to be true. Look at that. Woo, baby. And over here, we have the more advanced aged larvae, or eggs that's, it's hatched into larvae, and you can see that there too. Timing is perfect. All right, so now we want to make sure, here's some larvae down here. Let's see if I can get that in camera. Oh man, happy, happy, happy. All right, there's our queen. Now, since I know where she's at, I can set this frame right by the outside of the hive. I'm going to watch it as I set it down. And you can always grab her and put her in a queen cage or something if you don't want to lose her. But I'm pretty confident with my skill set that I'm not going to lose her. Famous last words. So let's get this out of here. This queen cage isolation frame cage worked really good. We isolated an entire deep box or deep frame in here. And that way they couldn't swarm. She laid eggs. It turned into larvae. And now they're all just happy living here. Let's shake these bees out of here. Okay. Let's tap it sideways. Okay. Let's tap it this way. I had to get most of them out. We'll put the rest up here in the top. All right. That's a good cage. I buy these cages, these isolation frame cages. I get them from Better Bee. And Better Bee, I enjoy Dr. David Peck. Dr. David Peck's been on our live streams many times. He's a great scientist, entomologist, PhD guy. And Dr. Peck is so good to help us with so many things on our live stream when it comes to treating for mite. So if you haven't seen my live stream, be sure and take my live stream in every Thursday night. It'd be a lot of fun for you. So let's get the bees off of the frame rest area so we can get our frames back in here. That looks pretty good. I don't like to kill any bees. Occasionally, you know, when you're putting frames in or you're putting boxes back together, it happens. Like, how am I going to put my deep back on top of all those bees there? You can smoke and brush, but inevitably it happens that you just can't get them all off of there. You got to understand, occasionally a bee gets killed. So we got a frame missing. We're going to have to put a new frame right there. I'll tell you why there's so many bees outside on top of these boxes right now is because of the heat. This is a brand new piece of foundation we're putting in there. So they'll get right on that, won't they? Yeah. Okay, so very good. We got our queen in there. Our bees are starting to spread out. Let's see if we can smoke them a little bit and get them off. But they're on the outside of the hive too. And that's tough. They just don't want to go in because it's so hot. Oh yeah, but that's sometimes I was saying you just don't want to kill a bee, but it's going to inevitably happen that a bee is going to be in the way when you start pushing frames or boxes back together. You try not, but it happens. Look at that. They're starting to crawl in there around that edge. So let's just keep waiting a second, see if they will get down in there. Now, if the smoker doesn't work well to get your bees back in the box like this, you go ahead and smoke them as much as you can. And then find something you can use. Like here's this hive tool. Do you see that? A J-hook hive tool. You can actually take it. Let me get over here and work it. Maybe you can see it in the camera, I hope. And you can just set it flat on the box like this. You know, smoke your bees. Don't kill any bees. And just see if you can rake them in there like that. That helps sometimes to get bees moving in the direction you want them to. That got a lot of them out of the way. All right. Do the same with your hive tool. Gently just kind of move bees with it. If you don't want to use your fingers, see if you can move them off of edges like that. If you don't, you know, you don't want to kill any bees, gently just try to move them. If you have gloves on or if you're comfortable barehanded, you can move them with your fingers a little bit. Good. We're getting a lot of them moved off of there. Keep smoking them. It's got a bee right there we got to move. So there we go. Got her out of the way. All right. I think we did it without injuring one single bee. Whew, good. That'll give them some room up in the super again to get back up in here and start working. So that really helped a lot. Now, I know that many of you are brand new to beekeeping, starting in the spring for the first time. And if that's where you're at, maybe you want to make sure you understand basic bee biology. I've got a video right here that will help you get a handle on the fundamentals of beekeeping. I'll see you over there.